ghost dance, which involved his teachings. His teachings spread to the Sioux tribe, and settlers near the Sioux thought that this new ritual meant hostility. They called for help, and 3,000 members of the cavalry arrived to protect the settlers. The soldiers threatened the Sioux to give them their weapons, but they said no. The cavalry then began taking each house's weapons one by one when the Sioux began resisting and the soldiers opened fire. 150 Sioux died, including Chief Bigfoot. Most deaths were the result of gunfire. So where and when was the Wounded Knee Massacre? It was on the Wounded Knee, South Dakota on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation on December 29, 1890. So why did they revolt? The American took the Sioux weapons, sometimes forcefully, and the Sioux wanted to keep their weapons. And the people that revolted were the Sioux Indians of Native American ethnicity. So now we're moving on to the Wounded Knee occupation. So what was the Wounded Knee occupation? 200 Sioux natives and members of the American Indian movement occupied Wounded Knee. They took 11 citizens of Wounded Knee hostage. A day after the occupation began, AIM traded gunfire with U.S. Marshals as well as EDP associates. The U.S. Senate was trying to bargain to free hostages. After 71 days and 2 Sioux deaths, AIM surrendered to Cameron Beats and the EDP Association, which is a U.S. Special Forces group. So the Wounded Knee occupation, where and when? It was between February 27th and May 8th, 1973, on the site of the Wounded Knee Massacre. So, people that revolted were the American Indian movement and the Sioux, and they revolted because the Wounded Knee and South Dakota government were not providing full Indian rights as they had prior. So, how did they organize? The Sioux followed other tribes who had organized an AIM association. Around 200 Sioux joined the AIM association. So how did they overthrow the government? 200 Sioux organized, took over Wounded Knee, and they were led by AIM leaders. And this is U.S. Marshal. So how did the government respond? The U.S. Senate bargained with AIM to release hostages. U.S. Marshals and EDP associates traded gunfire with AIM on the outskirts of Wounded Knee. So how did the government change after the Wounded Knee occupation? The Wounded Knee and the South Dakota government began giving more equal rights and opportunities to the Native people. And my sources, and there's my primary sources also in there. You can see that. And thank you all for listening and for watching, as you can read that. So thank you for participating.